All right. Hey, my name is Heber Garcia. This is for Muse 106 Hip Hop, and I'm interviewing.
I go by Shred.
And what do you do?
I make music. Sometimes I produce, sometimes I make the beat.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But usually I make the beat. Sometimes I help friends record songs or shit like that.
All right. And the first question is, how has hip hop made an impact on the current state of the world?
I think, back then, like let's say like the 90s, like they made it like a really big impact with like Tupac and Biggie. You had East Coast, West Coast rivalry, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you saw like a shift towards like rock. That was like the big shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2010s came and it's like hip hop all over again. Like that's the big thing now.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's the current like shit. And honestly, it made a big impact on me and everyone around me. I grew up listening to rock and like shit like that. But now like we're like fuck like 8 years straight I've been listening to rock music. I mean rap, like hip hop specifically.
Mhm. Yeah.
But as far as the impact, I would say that shit is worldwide for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think hip hop should be an inclusive or exclusive genre?
Inclusive for sure. It can never be exclusive. It could never be.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because, well, first of all, I'm Mexican. Hip hop is primarily African American or black, whatever you prefer. But pretty much there are so many different content creators in hip hop that are either Arabic, Islamic, Mexican, Canadian, whatever it may be. So it really has to be inclusive.
Mm-hmm. Also with women joining more into the hip hop genre. What do you think about that as well?
I think it's great. You see a lot of like fire women coming out. Not all of them are like good, but you can say that a lot about, guy rappers too,
Yeah, yeah.
especially.
Yeah, that's fair criticism. All right. What
Hmm.
is hip hop to you? Like, what are the core elements in hip hop?
I feel like there are no like mandatory elements that you need for sure. Like I mesh a bunch of genres. Sometimes I'll put like, well, I mean, especially now with like Destroy Lonely, who's like quote unquote underground rapper, even though he's pretty mainstream now.
Hmm.
He'll have like a lot of rock elements, or even Playboy Cardi.
Hmm.
He has like a big rock, like the aesthetic influence, even though the music is mainly like trap drums, kinda, even though it's very like bass. But honestly, I feel like core elements, it's always gonna change.
Hmm. So would you say one of the core elements would be to be experimental, to always push the genre forward?
100%. That's what keeps everything going.
Hmm. Well, what would you say would happen if hip hop stayed the same and it didn't evolve?
If it didn't evolve, I think that's when rock might make a comeback or in a different genre.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. What makes a great hip hop record?
Simplicity. 100% simplicity. That I mean, so many hits that don't have a lot of really like complex like sounds. The melodies are like a few keys and notes.
Hmm.
Vocals are pretty mundane.
Hmm.
Not mundane, not like meaning that they're bad, but they're just like you just put a little bit of vocals, a little bit of the beat, not too much pressure, but
Hmm.
everything together comes around to make a big success.
Yeah. What would you say are some examples of this being done?
Some examples of this,
Yeah.
probably Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good.
Probably Gucci Gang by Lil Pump. That one's a big one. That song is
That one.
very
That yeah, yeah. A lot of
that
people hate
song
on that one. A lot of people hated on that song, but it's like it's actually crazy how he could get such a big hit out of such a simple. such a simple song.
The beat is like, I think it's like a two-step hi-hat, nothing special.
Hmm.
That one, Ric Flair Drip, Offset, Migos,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
produced by Metro Boomin. Again, he's like a legend and he has a lot of beats that are very complex.
Yeah.
But on the drums, he keeps it very, very simple.
Hmm.
And then the artists, they just do their thing. Again, keeping it simple to make an overall great record.
Yeah. Hmm. All right.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you think hip hop will still be around in the next 10 years? Why or why not?
I'm not gonna lie, it's getting a little bit dry out here. Just a little
Yeah.
bit. I see a lot of people like saying like that it's getting like I don't know, like a little boring. Like people are like, oh, like when is Uzi gonna drop? When's this person gonna drop? When's that person gonna drop? And then they drop, and then people usually like forget the album in like 3 months too.
Hmm.
But then again, who knows? Because some people are still up. Like Travis, he's up as hell.
Yeah.
Drake up, but I mean, those are goats. Those are like can't really compete with those.
So would you say that you see in this next 10 years, do you think we're ever gonna get another Travis, another Uzi, another Playboy Cardi?
In these next 10 years, probably yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like with Kent Carson, Destroy Lonely, like them too.
Hmm.
Hopefully they make it because they're really good. But oh, I mean, shit, there's Yeet. I forgot about Yeet. Yeah, he's a big like. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
He, he can make like the same song with like some new production,
Yeah.
and he's still up. Like that's crazy to me.
Um, what artists or producers inspired you to do what you do?
Uzi off the rip for sure. Back in 2016 when I discovered him for sure. Pierre Bourne, Playboy Cardi, them three mainly got me. Like especially Pierre Bourne
Mm-hmm.
with like the T-Lop series, Uzi
Hmm.
with Love Is Rage 2 and Love Versus the World, and you know all his 2016 projects.
What is it about their artistic elements that you really appreciate and admire?
For Uzi, it would definitely be the well. I'm basing this off of Love Is Rage 2, which in my opinion that's his best album. It's the production, first of all, like throughout the whole album. In each song, the production changes throughout the whole song. So it's not like now where you'll have like a bunch of beats and it's like the same pattern over and over again. Especially in that project, it was changed throughout the whole song. And then Uzi had his like melodic, drugged out vocals,
Hmm.
engineered by Keisha Lee, which is a goat.
Hmm.
But yeah, mainly that. Like, oh, it was just very experimental. He just did whatever the fuck he wanted.
Yeah.
And yeah, especially Feelings Mutual, like off of that project is amazing because it's just an experience filled with lyrics that are brought on by real emotions that
Hmm.
he went through.
Hmm. Also, what do you think about producers sometimes being outshined or not recognized nearly as enough as the main artist?
I feel like that's changing 100%. I feel like now producers are finally starting to get their flowers.
Hmm.
Like back then, maybe not as much, but I mean, shit, you always had like appreciation for Zaytone and working with Gucci Mane and everyone else, right? But now, especially, people know who Wake Up Filthy is.
Yeah.
Like you hear that tag, you know
Yeah.
Filthy. You
Mhm.
hear Benny X, you know who Benny X is. Maybe you don't know how he looks like, or maybe you don't know how they look like, but
Yeah.
you know that's them. You know their
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, people are like, oh shit, he's working with Filthy. Oh shit, Benny X produced this. Of course, it's him.
Hmm.
But even then, some songs have like co-producers
Yeah.
where they're starting to be the new producers that don't get the credit, but they made like the melody or something.
Hmm.
Like even though Benny X he does make a lot of solo shit, sometimes he has like a co-producer. But Filthy, he does have a lot of co-producers. He has like lucrative, the group Nilo World that he works with a lot.
Mhm.
But they're not really getting their flowers, but they're still getting their bag. So yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. Who's your ideal collab that would sync perfectly with your specific sound?
ideal collab. I don't think I have. Well, artist definitely Uzi, even though I'm
Mhm.
working with him directly now.
Mhm.
Um, but I feel like one on one in the studio would be like some like crazy ideal shit would be me, Pharrell, and Uzi for
Oh,
sure. Like,
yeah.
because there was this project that Uzi and Pharrell did, never came out, unfortunately.
Uh,
But that shit was it's just amazing.
mhm.
And I don't, I would love to work with Pharrell. He has a very creative
I mean,
mind.
their energies is crazy on Neon Guts, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's amazing.
How would you describe your specific sound in music?
It's very different. I feel like my solo sound, like me, is very popish.
Mhm.
Like it's very not rap or hip hop. It's very popish, even though I have like some beats that have like pop drums and then like I'll put like trap drums like in a different section. But
Mhm.
mainly my sound right now is very like trap influence. It's pretty not generic, but it's very melancholic
Mhm.
to say. It's a it's a sound people can get used to pretty quickly.
Yeah. And lastly, in 20 years, how would you like to see hip hop evolve? And what influence do you wish to bring?
I wish to bring an influence to make a lot of people join this shit, even though it's pretty saturated with producers and artists,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of people making the same shit over and over again.
Mhm.
Like the amount of Cardi clones or like Playboy Cardi clones that are out
Mhm.
there is I don't know. I just wish people would make their own shit.
So would you like to inspire creativity and for people to be their own individual sound?
Yeah, for sure. I want people to like hear my shit, be like, damn, like he really put like pop and like a fucking rap beat, and then them to be like, shit, I'll fucking put like I don't know, K-pop elements or like I don't know, whatever the fuck, just like even maybe fucking even country.
Yeah.
And just make some
Yeah.
like weird shit.
Something different to advance
Yeah,
the genre, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, those are all my questions, Shred. Thank you very much for doing this interview with me.
No problem, man.
And I'll plug in your music as well.
All right, man. Thank you.